Martin has become an internet star after copying the selfies that his 19-year-old daughter posts on Instagram.
It's exactly what the world needs right now.
We know that you are voted Hero of the Week in the UK.
This is my favorite dude right now.
Chris Burr Martin. Visionary. Genius. American patriot.
There's Selfie Dad now. Selfie Dad, come on in here. Burr Martin, ladies and gentlemen. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 107 of the Burr Martin Experience podcast. I'm your narcissistic host, Burr Martin. Sitting inches away from me is the host of Dog Lady Rants and my co-host for almost 30 years. Just weren't recording the first few. It's my wife, Janny.
I think this is episode 108. I thought last week was 107.
No, you told me that, and you were wrong.
Well, okay, you said 107
So
beginning then.
This is 107. This is 107.
This is 107.
This is
Okay.
107. So yes, anybody listening from the place where I work, yes, I have a giant social media presence. Trying to remind you guys that they were going to do a big social media event with live Facebook, and they said, well, if the guy's not here to do it, who do we have? And I had to explain, I have over 130,000 followers.
You know just a little bit about social media.
I know a little bit about social media.
A smidge.
Let's see. I'm the only one out of a building of 200 that has a podcast. And I'm going to guess 90% don't even know how to do one. So,
And probably 1 out of 2 people in Spokane that's gone viral.
you know,
So, it's just a thought.
1 out of 200 people in my building that has over 100 episodes. I'm going to guess. I'm going to stake a claim on it. So anyway, thank you for tuning in back into the podcast. Thank you for hanging in there with the little shakeup that it's just, for some reason, this is just easier to do on Tuesdays. Let's go to the polling question really quick, because for anybody new, people say, well, don't say it all the time. Well, there's new people all the time. What was it? Stan Lee said, every comic book is someone's first comic book. So welcome to the podcast, all you listeners. Let's see. This is basically, you know what? I'm trying to find a motto for it. And basically, I think that the best thing is, this is the weird news in your Facebook feed, but in audio form.
I know you like weird news, so I got you some weird news to go with weird news.
And speaking of weird, let's go to the poll that I had on a Burr Martin Experience podcast. The poll was, would you rather have to keep your teeth pointed and sharp at all times, or no teeth ever?
Ew.
You cannot use dentures. 90% of you would rather file those suckers into sharp, shark-like teeth. And only 10% of you said, I'd rather go with no teeth at all.
Well, steak. Because steak. That's all you need right there. Because
But you
steak.
couldn't really, I don't know, you couldn't kiss anybody. I think it would kind of be they're sharp.
How much do you use your teeth when you kiss?
They're jagged all the time.
Maybe more than you should.
maybe that's it. Should I stop using teeth when I kiss? Am I doing it wrong?
I think if you're using your teeth, you're doing
Am I
it wrong.
Okay. Am I doing
You're
it
not
wrong?
using your teeth with me, so I'm wondering who you're kissing with your teeth when I'm not around.
I really want to say something. But I won't have a co-host for the rest of the show. Anywho. Let's see what I got. So later on, we will have the worst people of the week and the hero of the week. Towards the end of the show, we'll also hopefully have Taylor stop by. We're going to do another edition of Rap or Crap.
Stop by. You make it
Stop
sound
by.
like she's like in the neighborhood or something.
Busy. Well, she's downstairs with her TikTok thing, and she's going more viral than I am.
Even Cassie was saying today, she's like, Brendan and I were trying to figure this out, how this TikTok thing works. And Taylor's explaining it. And she says, and I don't understand. We both feel really old. And I'm like, that's how I was with you like 10 years ago when you were explaining things and I had no idea.
Every generation has their new thing that anyone 5 or 6 years older than them has no idea how it works.
Yeah.
So anyway, yes, she's on TikTok. She's doing a live thing. Apparently it's very successful. And so, hey, we're hoping to get her to guest on the show.
Her schedule is busy.
I'm hoping to get one of my kids on. It reminded me, on Never Not Funny, Jimmy Pardo was talking about how his kid is I want to say 11, was going to walk to this coffee shop near his school. Like during school, him and 2 other friends that were both 11 were going to walk to this coffee shop, and it was a few blocks away. But he was saying how apprehensive he was about the whole thing because, his kid's walking alone.
Right.
And so it got to be on the forum about how, like, when we were kids, like, I grew up at Playfair Racecourse, which was roughly, I'm going to say at least a mile, if not 2 miles away from the UA Cinemas by the Viardell Kmart.
Oh,
That's
right.
now a church.
Yeah.
I used to walk to that
It's at least a
every
mile, yeah.
week. Every week, at least 2 or 3 times a week, because I'd have to go to Playfair with them, but I'd be so bored that I'd go to that thing. And I was probably 12, 13 maybe. I mean...
And now that's an even worse part of town.
Oh, it's horrible.
I mean, there were hookers down around that part of town as it was back then.
Let's
Now
let's
it's-
not use that word. It makes me uncomfortable. We'll use whores. Only because I find
they
it
were-
funny
They were,
the way it's said.
and you have to say it in Danny DeVito's voice.
Yes.
Hoors.
I don't care if that's your chosen lifestyle. I'm not making fun of your chosen lifestyle. I like the word whore when Danny DeVito says it. It makes me laugh. Do you remember when you were young enough to didn't you live by U City Mall?
I don't know, you're kind of a lot older than me. So,
All right then. I'm not that much older.
Yeah, I lived right down the street from U City Mall.
Like roughly what? Half mile? Mile?
Probably not even a mile.
You had to walk?
I walked with my sisters because I was young.
Okay. But you just...
But still, yeah.
And I started thinking, like, Austin has moved out. Austin has a steady job, a steady girlfriend. He's got his life together. And I still worry about him.
Oh, yeah.
But he's,
yeah.
He's a grown-a man now.
He came over to print off his taxes, and he's like, well, do you guys have a stamp or anything? I said, no, I think you're going to have to go to the post office. I don't think we have any stamps here. And he's like,
He didn't know how to do it, did he?
I worried that he didn't know how to address an envelope. And I'll bet you he does, but I just thought,
He's never
they
had to.
don't teach that.
No. Let's go back to a time when Cassie was hired to put stamps on envelopes and put every single stamp on upside down on the opposite
on
side.
the wrong corner.
On the wrong corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
She's probably just trying to be unique.
something simple that no one teaches
Well,
anymore.
and you don't think to teach it because it's such a
No.
it's such a basic thing. But if they haven't received mail that they've had to open themselves, which in your childhood,
Everything's
in your
automated
teens,
stamped. How many
yeah,
how
true.
many actual stamps do you get on envelopes in the mail a week?
Not much anymore. Well, I just
No.
got one today. That's about
Yeah,
it.
from someone who went, oh crap, I don't have a stamp and I have to write her a letter. I have to, because they had to send you something. They couldn't do it over email. They had to physically send you something, and the words, oh crap, I don't have a stamp, came up.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's the shocking life of an internet celebrity. So
It's hard times.
It's
Our
hard
trials and
times.
tribulations.
it's hard times. I told Taylor to be here soon, so let's get to some celebrity news. In 3 weeks, Marvel Studios' 11-year multi-franchise story arc comes to an end when Avengers Endgame takes control of the global box office. And did you see the meme that I posted with it had all the faces of the Avengers as the toys in Toy Story 3?
Yes.
And he leaves, he's like, thanks. Oh,
Yes.
oh, it made me tear up.
So they're
Like,
not
thank-
doing any more movies after that
Well,
with those
a lot of contracts are done. They may come back. I would imagine that Robert Downey Jr. would come back for like a little cameo for Spider-Man or something. But as far as Captain America, I believe Thor. I mean, these aren't really spoilers because it's kind of been well known. But their contracts are up. They could show up again. But as far as this movie is, even
not a
Samuel
for
L.
sure
Jackson, their contracts are up.
Wow.
So it all depends on storylines later, but
Yeah.
for a lot of them, and they've already said this is the end of the phase. They're beginning phase 4.
And it depends on how many of them are set for life, like not just kind of rich, but like super
Well,
stinking filthy
And
rich.
Chris
So,
Evans has been very political lately.
Yeah.
Like there's even talk about he may run for some kind of office. So
That actually would be
and
really
let me
cool.
tell you, it is horrendously fun to see Chris Evans attack Donald Trump on Twitter because you're
Oh, I haven't
watching
seen that.
Captain America go after the president of the United States, and man, I cannot get enough of that. It's fun.
It's your comic side and your political side all just
Oh,
rolled
just
into
all rolled
one
up.
happy
Just,
ball.
All the Twitter feels. There's no doubt Endgame is destined for a record-breaking worldwide bow, besting the $640 million weekend of Infinity War. With a new trailer out this week and record pre-sale ticket sales, tracking estimates claim that Endgame will open at $200 to $250 million and top $800 million worldwide.
Wow.
With a possible $900 million opening, which would be one of the highest ever. Several theater and ticket websites crashed Tuesday due to massive volume of traffic. People furiously gobbled up Avengers tickets. I had to personally wait 5 minutes for not a great theater, but chairs that I wanted. I tried for the AMC with the chairs where I don't have to sit next to anybody. That was an hour wait, and that wasn't even guaranteed. That was just maybe an hour.
When have you ever had to buy tickets in a waiting room
In a
for
waiting
a movie?
room. Oh,
That's
yeah, and
weird.
a lot of them crashed, which led to a terrible thing on eBay that people are starting to sell their main night tickets, the opening night tickets. One guy bought one for $1,000.
He knows the movie's going to play again, right?
No,
For
no.
a few days.
Endgame will be playing on April 26th, and then it disappears forever.
It's really.
It's a bold strategy on Marvel's part, but I really think the odds are with them.
I think we're just going to get all our money in one night. Why push it? Why keep it going?
And you know what, though? I'm going to guarantee that nerd is going to go on Facebook and spoil the crap because he's paid. If he can afford to pay $1,000, he can afford to have enemies. And he's going to go on there and this person dies and this person, and
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
find him and slap him. Other studios have actually cleared the way for Endgame and the total control of the theaters. The closest thing significant will be Shazam, which opened this week, and Pet Sematary that's already opened. Everybody's like,
Just
Hellboy,
saw Shazam
actually.
today with
And?
Cassie.
Yeah, thanks
It was
anyway.
good. It was good. It was
I have
funny.
heard nothing but good things.
We invited you, but you know.
Yeah, work gets in the way sometimes.
we were going to go to a later one.
It's all right. I go by myself. I saw Captain Marvel by myself.
It was good. You want to know what happens in the end?
You know
should
what?
I tell you?
You know what I hated
What?
is I was on YouTube and I was looking up Avengers trailers and watching it for the 100th time, and when it ended, it goes explaining the end of Shazam. I'm like, I don't.
No.
Yeah, why
not
would
if you haven't seen it?
Because the video just starts right up. No.
Oh my gosh.
No, I don't want. No, stop that.
What explaining needs to be done?
I don't know. I
Who
didn't see the
get
movie,
the end?
but-
it was really good.
Oh, thank you.
You should have
Thank
gone.
you.
It was so good.
But they always have that. Some idiot starts a video immediately. Let me explain what happened. No, don't nerd-splain anything. I'll look it up on Wikipedia, okay, like I did with Us.
Or you could just see the movie. And
You could see the movie.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
Or you could do what everyone did to me at the end of Infinity War. Hang on a minute. My dad will explain it in the van. New York Post reports, behind many new innovations is a source of disruption. Before television, stories were told over the airwaves, on radio, and prior to the internet, people gathered at the local movie theater to catch the latest entertainment. It's not just enough to put a movie on a screen and expect people to go. You have to give people a reason to have a night out, said the director of Box Office Pro, Daniel Loria. At this year's CinemaCon in Las Vegas, companies underscored the importance of creating an experience showcasing MX 4D technology that makes moviegoers feel like they're actually in the film. The full-motion cinema chairs do everything from squirt water to blow wind in your face to tickle your legs, coupled with a new haptics vest that was debuted for the first time exhibitors this week to add another level of immersion.
oh my god.
You're not only watching the movie and getting all the great 4D effects, now you've got all these other sensors. So you're getting the bullet shots into your chest. You're getting the vibration of motorcycle going through your whole body.
Oh my gosh.
You're getting everything right into you, which, phrasing.
W-
I was watching a porn in this, and
Okay.
it was terrible.
Okay.
tickling my legs.
Okay, did their insurance just skyrocket? Because how many heart attacks are people going to have?
Yeah, like
Anxiety attacks?
PTSD, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden some guy breaks out a gun. And, yeah.
That's scary.
Although movie attendance had a record year in 2018, let's say the broader picture still paints an industry in flux as digital streaming giants like Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon keep growing. When you have the ability to have the kind of entertainment at home, you have to do something better with the theater. Okay, so anyway, I posted that on Facebook, and I had a few people answer me. Deese from The Social Hour and Drink and Debate, they tried this in the 70s with movies like Earthquake, and it didn't catch on then. I don't even like 3D movies.
Well, I can't imagine what kind of chairs they used back then. Was it like those vibrating beds in a hotel that you put a quarter in? I mean, is it that
they
kind of
paid
technology?
people to just like sit behind you and kick your chair. Stephen Bateman from Why Haven't I Seen This said it might give adult theaters the smelly edge they've always needed.
Gross.
And Deese responded, you lose an article of clothing in the theater and they make you call an Uber for a ride home. And also Michael Glassmer, a local comedian, he said that he was in one and it squirted mist in his face and there was something that kept poking at him.
Oh, the poking would irritate me.
I don't know. I don't need to smell Thor's armpits. I mean, I'm good. You know what?
I don't need to feel getting shot. Maybe like a whoosh of air by your face, like a bullet went by. I don't need to feel it.
I guess it would be if you were younger than me, because I'm not going to do it. I'd get motion sickness, I think, first off.
Oh, you on that Star Wars ride at Disneyland.
Oh, I turned green.
Oh my gosh.
I was so excited to do that ride, and one time, halfway through, I'm done.
That wrecked you for the rest of the
It
day.
did. It wrecked me.
You were done.
Indiana Jones, I did 5 times.
Yes.
So when you're doing this, I don't know. I mean, I forgot what I was going with this, and I thought if I just said enough,
it would just the old.
Oh, so when you're like a kid,
there you go.
Like I guess Pulp Fiction, like you kind of want to, if like you're there, if you're watching a violent shoot 'em up movie, I guess it would be like a roller coaster to some people.
That's the worst part, to feel like you're in it. But I'm an old mom, so
I guess that's it. Yeah, I mean, if I were, I don't know, if watching Captain Marvel and she flies and you feel the air in your face, maybe, I don't know. It's got to, I think I got to be surrounded. They do have screens, though, that go all the way like a 180, which I have heard are pretty cool. They film it in a different way where you can look around. The main part is on the screen, but you see blurs and stuff like beside you. I don't know. I need it up in my face because otherwise it just bothers me.
I don't want to have to look around. Although it doesn't sound like you have to, I don't want that extra
distraction. It bothers me when people breathe too loudly beside me. So let's put it that way. If I can just not go and you could just pipe that into my house, that would be great. Cheat Seat reports, with Marvel's Avengers Endgame premiering in theaters very soon, fans are getting excited about all the things that will happen to their favorite team of superheroes during Infinity War. However, one person who you will not hear much of is Tom Holland, who currently plays Peter Parker's Spider-Man in the MCU. The 22-year-old actor, who looks like he's 13, reportedly does not know what happens in Avengers Endgame, as the directors did not give him a full script. In 2018, during a special screening of Avengers Infinity War, Holland was introduced onto the stage alongside Benedict Cumberbatch and producer Kevin Feige. When he appeared to the huge audience applause, Tom Holland yelled out, "I'm alive!" as a reference to his character's death in the movie. This was partly because no one told Holland beforehand that the audience had not seen the movie yet.
Oh, no.
That said, the young actor has always been very excited about his Marvel films, and this was not the first time he spoiled something. And if you want a true laugh, go on YouTube, and you can find interviews where they are constantly putting their hand over his mouth. He's sitting next to like Chris Evans. He's got his hand over his mouth. He's sitting next to Benedict Cumberbatch. He's got his hand over his mouth. He's constantly spewing out spoilers.
So it's not just a joke that they only gave him a partial script.
No,
it was a requirement.
He just does that. He loves spoiling. Holland accidentally revealed insider plans for the Spider-Man movies a few times, and reportedly even told Chris Pratt the whole plot of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom that he heard from the director of the film. During several press interviews for Avengers Infinity War, Holland actually came really close to spoiling information. He is such a ticking time bomb that many fans suspect that why Cumberbatch, who plays Doctor Strange, accompanied him closely during the movie's press tour. The actor told fans last year at Comic-Con event that the directors withheld the script from him and would not even tell him who he was fighting with or filming during the movie. I remember for Avengers, the Russo brothers are like, so you're just standing here and you're fighting this guy and just do whatever. And I'm like, okay, who am I fighting? And they were like, well, we can't tell you because it's a secret. And I'm like,
matter.
okay, so what does he look like? And they're like, well, we can't tell you because that would give it away. So I'm like, how big is he? Well, we can't tell you that because that would give it away. So I'm just standing there punching the air for 15 minutes. And then I took the job and I didn't think that's what I'd be doing. I've gotten used to it by now. Joe Russo confirmed that this at a recent event, saying this was true and they didn't trust Holland not to spoil important details of the movie. Yeah, Tom Holland does not get the script. Tom Holland gets his lines and that's it. He doesn't even know who he's acting opposite of. We use like very vague terms to describe to him what is happening in the scene because he has a very difficult time keeping his mouth shut. I probably would too. I mean, you're excited.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be funny, though, now that you know that, you go see the movie and watch him fight. You're like, isn't he punching a little low? Isn't he punching did they have to CGI his arms up?
That's going to ruin it for you. Now you're going to be looking for that.
I'll be too busy crying. Page 6 reports.
That's so true.
By the way, people, I have been asked to. I got asked a few weeks ago about, how do I do a podcast? I want to do a podcast. So the week, I believe the 26th, so the Monday or Tuesday of that week, I will be seeing Avengers Endgame on the 26th. I will be staying off the internet. That Tuesday will be the Tuesday previous to that Saturday will be the last podcast I will do, and then I will not watch the internet. I don't want this spoiled. It's 11 years, and I know people are dying to spoil it for me.
Well, yeah.
So I have already pre-recorded how to make your own podcast, how to produce your own podcast, how to upload your own podcast, and then I will be doing an Avengers Endgame spoiler edition review.
Oh, no.
So I'll be spoiling the crap out of it.
Okay, you better be labeling that as spoiler.
Well, I will.
all
And
over
here's the
place.
deal is the podcast, I talk about producing your own podcast. If you want to make your own podcast, that goes 30 minutes. So you can turn it off. That'll be the first thing. So you can turn it off if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame and don't want anything spoiled.
There you go.
But then and I will warn you when I'm going to start, and then I'll do that. So that's going to be, yeah.
Give people time to turn off their phone before they hear anything.
Right. So in 2 weeks, that's going to be what the podcast is. It's a two-parter. So if you're interested in trying to do a podcast, that's the one to listen to. All right. Olivia Giannulli, because her dad is named Giuliani and her mom is named Lori Loughlin, Lori Loughlin, Loughlin. That's Lawlin to me.
Why? Because that's almost like laugh. Why would it not be laugh?
I don't know. It's like Brett Favre, but the V is before the R. I don't know. English is weird. Olivia,
should move on.
Olivia Giannulli believes her parents, Lori Loughlin and Massimo Giannulli. Massimo. Oh, that's right, Massimo, because he got the clothing line.
Yes.
Ruined everything for her because of her alleged involvement in the high-profile college admissions scandal. Olivia was passionate about her career, and now everything she built has imploded before her eyes. She feels they ruined everything. Olivia, 19, and her sister Isabella Rose, 20, used to be so close to their Full House star mother, but the relationship has since been strained a little. You think? Olivia is not talking to her parents right now. She feels she's the victim. Olivia blames her mom and dad for the scandal and for the downfall of her career. The YouTuber and beauty influencer, who racked up more than 2 million views on her online videos, lost partnerships with Tresemme, and Sephora in the wake of the scandal. Prosecutors charged with Loughlin with a fashion designer. Paid $500,000 to get their daughters in the University of Southern California by pretending they were competitive rowing recruits.
Okay,
I guess that's a hard sport.
Pretending they're competitive row, but they never had to competitively row?
No, they were photoshopped. They were photoshopped onto like people who were rowing.
So they get in based on the fact that they're competitive rowers, but they never have to competitively row. They don't put them in.
I guess not.
The
row
in fact,
team. The University of Sakau did not even check, which might have been a good idea to go. I looked at their high school thing, and they don't even have boats. So
that's funny. That
fault.
Head doesn't fit on that body. It looks like it's been photoshopped.
It's a little brighter than the rest of the skin tone. I'm kind of torn on this because she does have every right to be upset at her mom.
Yeah.
But didn't she partake? She kind of had to have known what was going on.
No, not necessarily. She could.
Well,
have just
she
been
posed for
waiting
the photo
She
to be photoshopped into the rowing body.
So maybe she was thinking they were just fluffing up the resume and not paying to get
Maybe
her
that's
in.
it. Yeah.
That could be. They were just.
But she did. I mean, she had a thing on one of her videos. She explained, "I don't even want to go to school," because she had a job pretty much. I mean, she was making her own online. There was like a whole big makeup thing that she had created that she was going to sell.
So she didn't necessarily need.
She
the
didn't
degree
really need
to
it.
get the
Right.
job to get her money. Although,
And that's where I get upset because she's in a seat where someone else more deserving should have been. She didn't even want to be there, and she already made a job. But did she make the job because she's famous with her mom?
and now she loses something that she's actually created herself that she
Right.
earned
Lost everything.
because she didn't earn getting into college the way she did.
Right. I'm very torn on who to
that's
blame.
really-
I mean,
yeah,
I'm going to
that's
blame
really
Aunt
hard.
Becky. It's full on Aunt Becky's problem, but I don't know if I want to what degree I want to blame the kid.
Yeah. It's the whole thing is just.
By the way,
She's
Tressa
messed
May,
up.
I'm available. ET Online reports. Come on, I'm progressive. They pay me enough. I will wear that crap to work. Charlize Theron is ready for her next relationship. ET's Kevin Frazier spoke with the actress and her long shot co-star Seth Rogen at CinemaCon in Las Vegas. I should have gone to this. CinemaCon seems very big. I've been single for 10 years. It's not a long shot. Somebody just needs to grow a pair and step up. I'm shockingly available. She's out there, Rogen added, and then probably went, I've made it very clear, she said. The actress's last public long-term relationship was with Stuart Townsend, whom she met in 2002. They split in 2010. She started dating Sean Penn in December 2013, and that should end right there because no one wants anybody after Sean Penn's had them. Sorry, I'm sorry, Shirley's.
You're wrecked.
Yeah, that's... You're going to have to find someone who doesn't know Sean Penn. I think that's just going to have to be the end of that.
Like a homeless guy brushing his teeth with a spoon and handed it to you for your soup.
I've seen pictures of Sean Penn, and it looks like he brushes his hair with a candy apple.
Gross.
Seth Rogen added, I was highly aware I was going to be standing next to Charlize for a lot of pictures. I always have that image in my head of like Beyonce standing next to Ed Sheeran in a T-shirt, and I was like, I don't want that. By the way, if they ever make a movie about me, Seth Rogen is played by... I really want Seth Rogen to play me.
That would be weird because Cassie has a crush on Seth Rogen, so he can't play you.
Cassie gonna wreck it. Doggone it. All right, we'll be back with Nearly News and maybe Rap or Crap if Taylor has the time to stop by the studio and find
Shown
out.
up yet.
You're listening to the Burr Martin Experience podcast.
Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that. There's no words there to play us out. I don't know what that means, to play us out. What does that mean? We'll do it live. We'll do it live!
Oh, hey there. I didn't notice you sitting there. Thanks for joining me. My name is Dees. I'm the host of the Social Hour podcast. I've just been sitting here, sipping on some Earl Grey tea by the fireplace in my satin robe, just watching the rain come down and thinking about how the heads at the Pants Pending Network wanted me to do a family-friendly promo for the Social Hour to show that it's a program that can be shared by everyone in the family. So here's some clips from the show that the whole gang can sit down and enjoy. Really? We've got none? Like zero? Oh, what the
Get ready for the Social Hour.
Hi, I'm Steven.
I write fan fiction.
I'm a podcaster and a comedian, and neither of us
have seen a lot of movies, so we decided to get caught up
on our catalog of movies. And while talking about it,
I decided that we should podcast all of it.
And now, 2 years later, we're still at it.
And we're kind of a little bit more professional than ever. He wants to touch the
tiny
Bryan Cranston, the one that knocks, and the one that sends the Power Rangers have to go touch things.
He wants to get vertical on the Limbo Shack.
What the
She is your soulmate because the Lord has told me.
What? What? He wants to jump through that tent and into the canyon and fly away while holding a ketchup bottle. I don't know how it works.
He wants to Left Eye Lopez for Destiny's Child.
So join us every Monday on iTunes, Stitcher,
or here on the Pants Pending Studios podcast network,
which you can find at pantspending.com.
Do you hear that?
I do. What do you think it means?
Oh, crap. We were supposed to record a promo today.
Ah, you're right.
Pokemon Lemon and Lime, now available. Oh, Bob Ross, look, you make that mountain.
Do you like laughing?
Oh, come on. Who doesn't like laughing? Ask a harder one. Like, do you like really laughing? What does pants mean?
It's a plot.
That may explain why our England numbers are not doing very well.
Oh, no. God damn. I just like the learn something.
Join Steve and I 3 Fridays a month as we bring you the never-ending random discussion.
3 Fridays? Oh, right. The ladies' night takes over once a month.
Yeah, idiot.
Black tar on aluminum foil and like putting a butane torch underneath it. I mean, I don't know how to smoke heroin.
Should I use 8 condoms? Will that help?
I'm glad we have
I think it will. You probably won't be having sex. You put on 8 condoms.
Yeah, no, at that point, you're just dancing. Find the show at nerd.pantspending.com or on your favorite podcast player.
Oh, the gals are going to be mad that you forgot about them.
Yeah, well, who cares about those? Wait, is this still recording?
Never-ending random discussion every Friday from Pants Pending Studios at pantspending.com.
You're listening to the Burr Martin Experience podcast with your host, Burr Martin.
I am a former celebrity in a minimum wage job. This is how the cast at Different Strokes feels all day, every day. It's awful. They must feel awful. The live ones must feel awful.
All right, welcome back to the podcast. I was hoping that Taylor would stop by the studio, but she has not yet. I guess
Got her own thing.
Got her own thing going. All right, so we may or may not play rap or crap.
Her followers are growing faster than yours did.
Yeah, she has almost the same amount of followers as I do subscribers for this podcast, and she just started that thing last week. So
We had like 25,000 subscribers.
Just 25,000 people.
No. It was 25.5 like 2 days ago. She's probably got close to 30 now.
Citation needed.
I'll never show you the stats when she comes up.
I don't want to see it because I'll be depressed. I asked her the other day.
Jealous.
When she came out, you want a selfie dad bump? No, I want to do this on my own, which I was very proud of her. But
And you snuck down and stuck your face in her phone anyway.
Well, because it was funny to me. It was funny to me and me only.
Attention.
It was funny.
Attention.
That's not funny. When someone goes, "I'll be right back," and then you see this strange old man peer his head sideways through the phone.
Okay, yeah, that was funny.
to
That
me.
was pretty funny. Doesn't matter who you are.
Because then she said people were like, "Oh, there he is. There he is." It's like spotting Bigfoot now.
That feels good to have people care again.
It did. Warm the cockles of my heart.
Well,
if that's where
weird.
my cockles are. No, my sex tape. All right, let's get on to some nearly news. Oddity Central reports a 19-year-old woman who's probably going to be hated by a lot of people from the UK went from having no idea she was pregnant to giving birth to a healthy baby girl literally overnight after going to bed with a flat stomach and waking up with a full-on baby bump.
Wasn't that in that movie we were watching?
Oh, what was that?
The Umbrella Academy.
Oh, yeah.
The Russian girl in the pool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on over there, you guys? I mean, America's got problems, but you got some weird baby things going
Some
on.
overnight babies. That's just odd.
On the morning of July 17th, 19-year-old Emma Louise Leggett got the shock of her life. She woke up with a baby where there hadn't been one the night before. Alarmed, the teenager called her mom, or I guess she called her mum, thank you, who in turn contacted her grandmother, Louise, to see if she could make sense of the bulging belly. Louise could tell it was a baby bump the moment she saw it. She drove Emma Louise, come on, people, to the hospital and had to wait in the car while she went inside to find a midwife. Only by the time she got back, the teen had given birth in the back seat. She had only noticed the baby bump 45 minutes earlier. The midwife came out thinking I was about to give birth and it was an unknown pregnancy. She asked how long I thought I had, and I was timing it, the 19-year-old recalled, but then opened the car door and she was already there. I had already given birth to her. Except for missing her periods, which she assumed had something to do with being on contraceptive pills, Emma Louise had experienced no pregnancy symptoms. She had no morning sickness or unexplained cravings, which is why I said people are going to hate her. Never felt the baby kick and had no noticeable baby bump. She never ever even considered getting a pregnancy test. I had no bump. I had put on a bit of weight, so my mom was suggesting we go out walking and do different things to burn it off because I kept going on about my weight. The weight was across my full body, more in my arms, legs, and face than anywhere else. My stomach never grew. I read more about this, and apparently it's not uncommon. The baby was more back towards her spine.
It was a rib troll.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There's the name of the podcast.
That's what I call when the dogs have a litter and you do an x-ray and it's like, oh, there's 3 puppies. But then they have 4. There was one like up under the ribs. I call him a rib troll.
Wow.
I think I'm the only one who calls him that, but
just what I paid a toll to come out? Does it come out with a little like hunchback in one eye? What? What do you want? I'm under the ribs.
I don't know if I believe her story.
Well, I don't know. I saw pictures.
Was she hiding it though? Pretending to have just gained a little bit of weight. She knows she's pregnant. She's hiding it from her parents in denial until she goes into labor.
You know what? I didn't see how big the baby was. I mean, maybe like a 4-pound baby or something, you know?
Might have been really little, but...
Even like the size of a guinea pig.
I am thinking, she's missing her period. She's gaining weight. She happens to notice the bump the morning that she goes into labor. And I think she was in labor longer because you don't take a car ride and have a baby. It takes you longer to have the baby than just from your house to the hospital. Oh, all of a sudden labor started. Poof. It's not like in the sitcoms where all of a sudden they go,
no,
oh, I'm in labor. No, it is in the
sitcoms. She had it in a car. It was either a taxi or an elevator.
I am always hating those shows where they go, oh, I'm in labor, it's time, and all of a sudden they're pushing it. They go from nothing to 1 contraction, and all of a sudden they have a baby in like 10 minutes. That is not how the world works. I'm sorry.
I have a penis, so I'm not going to talk about this at all. I don't know anything about it.
Oh my god!
I don't know what goes on down there. Who, what, where reaches, comes out. Nothing. So
okay, all 3
I'm
kids.
going to take your word for it.
All
that's
3
how
kids,
women
though.
feel.
With my labor, was there ever a point when I went, oh, ow, it's time, and boom, there was a baby?
I might have blacked out a few times. I did a lot of drinking then.
Oh, yeah, you did.
So I don't remember anything. Just going to say it.
Taylor was the fastest, and that was like 4 or 5 hours.
I do remember that. Taylor was very fast.
Yes, because there was no time for
which
an
was
epidural.
weird because she was due on 9/11 and came out 9/10.
Yes.
And came out very fast. That was...
It was like hurry before she has a birthday that's depressing every year.
Right. And I always thought that's the power of the mind because you did not want on 9/11.
I did not want a 9/11 baby.
But then again, no one would have forgotten her birthday.
Never forget.
The only thing I know about pregnancy is the pregnancy pain and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all in your head.
Oh,
70 reports.
I'm going to smother you with a pillow. I'm just warning you right now. say your goodbyes. Say goodbye to your fan base, honey.
I have a 75% female fan base. And I just poked the bear.
They will help me smother you. I promise.
You know, if you do a little vacuuming, I hear that eases up on birth.
I'm kidding. When you're walking around in your bare feet, I'm going to vacuum right into your toes and just stub them over and over.
You know, if you're feeling morning sickness, you know what helps? Making me breakfast.
Or like those old 50s books where they're like, now make sure your heels aren't too high when you vacuum the floor.
I know. You don't vacuum enough in your heels.
And be sure to put a ribbon in your hair and pretty yourself up before your husband comes home from work. Even if you feel sick, put on a little bit of rouge and lipstick.
Have that pipe ready when he comes in.
Don't bother him with your morning sickness or complaints.
No, men work hard. We don't want to be bothered with these trivial things.
He doesn't want to think about that.
That's your own deal. It's my 3 sons. It's not, oh, my wife's pregnant again. 70 reports the first rule of owning a meth lab is not to call the police to investigate the attic. Corey Favreau of Pittsburgh called the cops over the weekend after he heard some strange noises coming out of his attic. The cops came and checked it out, but they didn't find any burglars or ghosts or anything in the attic. Instead, they found a small meth lab Corey had set up in the house on the attic.
Did he forget?
He was arrested for manufacturing meth, endangering the welfare of a child. Since there was a child in the home, no word on the strange noises. I think he was a product of his own product.
I think so.
I think that's the problem there. Dictionary.com reports JSYK. Do you know what that means?
Just so you know.
All righty then. WTF. Why the face? Dictionary.com says we've added new words and definitions to the dictionary, over 300 of them, in fact. This is one case, we think, where JOMO just doesn't apply. We're sure. Do you know what JOMO is?
I don't know what JOMO is.
We're sure you've guessed by now that these additions include some new internet slang abbreviations like JSYK, just so you know, and JOMO, joy of missing out.
I've heard of FOMO, but not JOMO, fear of missing out.
I've heard of Jobu, who keeps bats warm.
No, Jobu is the one he sacrificed the bucket of KFC to.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
The little troll doll. It's so racist. That reflect how technology is influencing modern life and modern communication. Our newest editions also spotlight more inclusive and empowered identity and cultural terms that have gained traction in recent years. Aromantic, for instance, points our expanding vocabulary around gender and sexuality and describes a person who is free from romantic attraction to anyone or free from the desire for romantic love.
Well, that sounds like fun.
That just sounds like someone who has just given up. I have had it with everyone. I don't want to talk to anybody.
I can think of one person right off the top of my head like that. I think we're thinking of the same person.
I think the same person. My favorite, Black Panther's Afrofuturism is a marquee addition. Refers to a cultural movement as expressed through art, cinema, literature, music, and fashion that uses the frame of science fiction and fantasy to reimagine and invoke a vision of technically advanced and generally, you guys are killing me, advanced and generally hopeful future in which black people thrive. Author and critic Mark Deary coined the term in 1993 essay, Black to the Future. The success of Black Panther, for example, unfortunately sparked some white lash to blend a white and backlash of a hostile or violent reaction of white people to the advances of or influx of other racial or ethnic groups. While newly added to our dictionary, neither the term nor the phenomenon is itself new, first recorded in the 1965. Let's see there. What I like the term white lash, but I don't like what it stands for.
If it was something cool about white people, that would be great.
There's nothing really cool about white people.
Negative.
Yeah. Paul Rudd's the coolest thing for white people. That's all we have. I won't use the term, but S-posting, which I'm sure is new since, I don't know, November of 2016, is a term of trolling when someone posts off-topic, false, or offensive contributions to an online forum with the intent to derail the discussion or provoke other participants.
That's just Facebook.
Ma! The president is S-posting again. From people.com, prom season is upon us, and this year's hottest accessory. Let's go back to my DJ days. Prom season is upon us, and this year's hottest accessory is as flaky and buttery as it is beautiful. Introducing the Croissant Corsage from Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen, available now for lucky customers located in Dallas.
The Corsage.
The Corsage. Why didn't...
I know. Did they miss that?
They missed that.
How did they miss that? They need to pay me for that idea.
TM. Oddly enough, the Croissant Corsage was inspired by none other than a texting fail. In 2018, teens across the country found themselves accidentally asking their prom dates what croissant instead of what corsage they wanted for the event.
They didn't proofread.
The fork is wrong with them. The hilarious autocorrect mistaken started blowing up on social media, and some even tried to makeshift their own corsages out of croissants, and Cheddar's took notice. The restaurant, known for their honey butter croissants, teamed up with Dallas-based florist Petals and Stems to create a surprisingly elegant corsage using croissants, baby's breath flowers, and roses. Customers can pick up what flowers they want to match their prom's getup for $20 for each additional order with a $10 Cheddar's gift card. If you're let's go back here. Customers can pick up their colored flowers they want or match their prom getup. Of course, $20 for each order that comes in. A $10 Cheddar's gift card if you're hungry for more croissant post-prom. Order by 5 p.m. on Tuesdays, and you can pick them up at Petals and Stems, located at 13319 Montfort Drive on Fridays and Saturdays.
Now, is there actually croissant in the corsage?
Yeah, there's croissant, and then there's baby's breath and roses.
Okay.
I
can't imagine that can be pretty. I have to see a picture. I must.
Maybe they wait till it got stale.
I'll look it up later.
So it hardens maybe, and that would just be, because I don't know. Of course, just a nice warm croissant wrapped around my wrist right now. I just eat that.
You've been on the keto diet a little too long.
That'd be so good. Eat the crap out of that corsage, baby's breath and all. Boing Boing reports it is raining trash.
Wait. Boing Boing?
Boing Boing.
Okay.
It's a site.
Okay.
It's not a porn site.
I'm just concerned over your sources.
It's not a porn site. That's Boing. It is raining trash in a suburb of Seattle, or rather bald eagles. Around 200 of them are dropping trash into people's yards every day, as the suburbanites are not happy. The trash.
They're like, you forgot this in the woods, you jerks.
Hey, you left this, Karen.
Serves us right.
The trash, including a blood-filled biohazard container that landed in one lucky resident's yard. And don't forget, if it lands in your yard, it's yours to keep. It's coming from a nearby landfill that takes in 2 tons of fresh trash a day. The bald eagles pick out the juicy morsels of food. Oh, there was something in the biohazard container. And then discard the junk that they don't want into nearby neighborhoods. The main issue is the open-air landfill. Yeah, that you live near. That landfill is supposed to have been closed years ago, but a proposed expansion has kept it open. Hey, Steve!
There's just too much symbolism in that entire story. The bald eagle, symbol of America, throwing our own junk back at us because we've crapped everything up.
Somewhere there's a bald eagle with a tear running down its eye. Many of the residents of the county wanted to cancel the proposed expansion and finally close the landfill. In the meantime, residents are hoping to implement some sort of anti-eagle measures. That sounds like a gun.
That doesn't sound... You can't do that. It's an eagle.
There is no other way an anti-eagle measure stops without gun. Are you going
to put a net over the neighborhood? They're just going to drop the junk on the net.
Nice scarecrow. I'm going to throw this thermos at it when I fly over. There's something almost poetic about the American national bird, reminding people that the trash they throw in the landfill doesn't simply disappear. In a way, these birds are a demonstration of the usually hidden consequences of extreme consumption.
You left your toilet bowl seat in the landfill. Here you go.
Hey, Steve. Found your condoms.
Slap.
What just hit me in the face? What? Friggin' bird? Get my anti-eagle measure. Pittsburgh reports Altoona police say they arrested 60-year-old Brian Smith Thursday. Reports say Smith was unconscious and surrounded by destroyed sanitary napkins. The homeowner told police it also appeared someone had eaten some of his Crave cereal, and I don't blame him one bit. There is nothing better than Crave cereal. It is candy in a bowl. He told police all the doors and windows were locked when he went to sleep, but he noticed one of the doors was wide open the next morning. Police say Smith told them he used methamphetamine within the last 2 days and was unable to explain how or why he entered the house, nor could he explain the destroyed sanitary napkins.
That is either him on meth, or that's an ex that got really mad at him. And I'm eating your Crave cereal, Jim.
Oh, come on, Karen. You know I don't go to the store for another 2 days. I'm out of Crave cereal. Scoops Nashville report, this is both tragic and funny.
Okay.
So I loved every part of it. It's terrible to say. Don't take that in context at all. Nashville, Tennessee, a Nashville woman is suing for put your pinky up to your lips, $1 million after a man she was dating for 4 years accidentally butt dialed her in the midst of a sexual encounter with another man, which lasted 1 hour and 20 minutes. You go, dude.
He's just trying to make her jealous.
So what, they had sex like 20 times?
Okay.
She later learned she was infected. This is the part that you can't laugh at. You have to stop laughing.
Okay.
She later learned she was infected with incurable STD.
Oh.
But I'm going to laugh at the other parts.
Okay, yeah, the other part. Not so much.
The woman who the court has allowed to file under the pseudonym PH said her and Gregory Cole of Brentwood first met in 2010 and then reconnected in 2014, formed a sexual relationship that lasted until 2018. Where's Barbara Nightingale? Is she around at all?
No.
No? Okay.
I locked the door.
Oh. I heard about that. Stop, Barbara. She believed Cole to be heterosexual and monogamous until April 2018 when Gregory Cole accidentally called the woman from his cell phone during a sexual encounter with another man. The phone call lasted 1 hour and 28 minutes, and good gosh.
Did she listen the whole time?
The woman says she listened to the entire call, which included explicit sexual conversation and narrating
That is on her. That is her fault. All you have to do is push a button. She was asking to be grossed out.
What part got you hot? You can't listen for an hour and a half and be angry. There has to be a point where I'm like, wait, that was kind of hot.
Wait, what?
You never said that to me. Where's the point where you had to be quiet. If you're listening, they're going to hear you talk on the phone. So you've got to be quiet.
Not if they're loud enough.
And they're dudes. So, after 3 minutes, it's quiet for 20 minutes, and then another 3 minutes, and they're loud again, right? That's how that works, right? This is terrible because she has a disease.
Smothered with a pillow, honey. You're going to be smothered with a pillow.
I just think at one point you got to think, oh, that was hot. When I laugh, I squish my eyes. I can't read the rest.
Sorry.
Because they're probably playing that in court for evidence. A couple of jurors are like, oh, that's pretty hot.
I'm concerned you think there must be something in an hour's worth of two guys having sex.
There's got to be.
That's going to be hot.
You know what? There's got to be some kind of love, and love is pure. What if they broke out in a pillow fight? You don't know. She later contacted him about what she had overheard, but she refused to speak with him about it. She decided to get tested for STD and learned she was infected with herpes, which is incurable. She attempted to discuss the matter with Cole, as did her physician, but he refused to have any such conversation. I don't want to talk about it. I'm pretty sure was said multiple times. She had previously tested negative for STDs and says she has not had any other sexual partner since. The lawsuit seeks $1 million. Alleges battery, infliction of emotional distress, both in intentional and negligence, and fraud. I have a problem with emotional distress, intentional and neglect. You could have hung up. You could have went, Barry, I hear you.
Okay,
and then hang up.
But she's talking about the fact that they had unprotected sex and she contracted something that he didn't tell her about. Now, at what point does she need to be an adult and not have unprotected sex if she doesn't want to get an STD?
And
Am
also,
I the first one to think that that's what she should have done, and then maybe that's on her?
And so I'm assuming, because I was laughing too hard and I forgot most of it. He said that he had it over the phone during the butt dial. Like, oh yeah, by the way, Rob, I got an STD, so we should probably use a condom. Like,
he said it over the phone?
That's what I'm assuming.
I thought she just heard
Or she
them
got
over the
tested.
phone and then went, wait a minute, he's fooling around with dudes too. Maybe he fooled around on me.
Then she got checked
went
out.
to
Okay.
get tested. I'm sorry, lady, but you had unprotected sex. You can't blame that on
But
him.
she had, well, yeah, I totally see your point. But devil's advocate also, like, she trusted him. She thought they were in love. She thought she says herself, she thought he was heterosexual and monogamous.
But anyone who has ever gotten something from someone who's lied to them and then cheated on
True.
them could sue for $1 million. I mean, doesn't that kind
True.
of open up a huge can of
And if you're not,
worms?
well, at least a couple of them.
Hey, Taylor just came upstairs.
I mean,
Taylor's
guess-
got a worm story?
Oh.
Okay. This better be appropriate.
There is no way to segue to this, but okay. Talking the mic.
It's appropriate.
Talking the mic.
It's appropriate, but it's kind of sad.
Oh, all right. Sure.
So-
Bring the podcast down. Go ahead.
So today I walked outside and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a worm on the ground. And there was like a worm on the concrete. So I was like, I'll save you. So I picked him up and I brought him over to the grass and I put him there. And then I look over and I'm like, oh, there's another worm and another one and another one.
Oh,
And there's literally
yeah, that happens during the rain.
there's literally like 500 worms just sitting on the ground. I'm like, what are you doing?
They all looked up and said, Taylor, help us. And I looked down and said, no.
So did
The
you
Watchmen.
spend the entire time throwing worms back into the grass and saving them? Oh.
I'd like to remind the audience that Taylor was not in the room during that last story. So are you here for Rapper Crap before I get on to my terrible people of the week and heroes of the week? All right. This one you're both going to be in trouble with because I don't think it's anybody that you've heard of, Taylor. There might be a couple, but the theme is superhero. Yay! So come on and sit down. These are superhero references in rap music, and you're going to tell me either it's a true reference or a crap reference that I made
It
up.
doesn't include Superman that Ho does it because we're not going to explain that.
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
I did hear the story that once Superman butt dialed Lois Lane. Never mind.
I have a friend named Lane Lewis, and I call him Lois Lane.
Oh. All right. So for those that are just tuning in, this is Rapper Crap. This is where I give a true rap lyric or a fake rap lyric, and they try and guess if it's A, true, or B, false. And here we go.
If you want to reach those kids on the street, then you gotta do a rap to a hip-hop beat. So I gave my sermon an urban kick. My rhymes are fly, my beats are sick.
I took the game by storm.
Wait.
Just okay.
What's the rapper's name?
Did you not record the rapper's name? How
Well,
are we
I
supposed to know how
did.
to
I
take
have to
this?
write him down.
Okay. All right. Black Hippie. This is either one of these is from Black Hippie. I took the game by storm just to X-Men out. I'm crazy out of my mind. I put my life on the line. The tortoise only makes progress when his neck sticks out. Or, I'm trapped in Batcave trying to be brave. I'm like the brave and bold doing what I'm told. Which one did he actually rap? A or B?
No, I'm going to say B.
X-Men or Batcave?
I think B.
B? No, your dad made up B. He actually did the X-Men one. All right. Next one up is Q-tip. Correct spelling on that. Okay, hang on a minute. We've got a small gas leak in the building. Just a minute. Not from me, surprisingly. But when you own Boston's, there's a side effect. Side effects may include nausea, Nausea, vomiting, and
Black mold.
from the smell. Oh. All right. This is from Q-Tip. The Luke Cage of the loose leaf page, run and hide, coming out of the yard, bona fide to be hard. Or, you blinded me like Daredevil, your white butt is so flat and level, I gotta smack it up and make it better.
I'm embarrassed that you made up number 2 or no on B, because I'm saying A.
Saying
I
A.
think B.
You think B? Yeah. No, it is A. Your dad's gross and made up.
He is gross. What is that
All right.
about? Flat
I want to throw you
butt.
off. All right. This next one, by the way, Q-Tip, that was Dance on Glass. Black Hippie, that was UOENO. All right. This is The Last Emperor. You kill me with those tight clothes, showing off your assets like Clark Kent hiding his best under those glasses. Or, Professor X would battle each other mentally with rhymes. These two captains waste no time. Charles Xavier tried to invade Chris Parker's.
I think it's B because it doesn't rhyme.
Oh, all
I
righty.
think A, because B sounds more nerdy.
Your mom is killing it.
2-0, baby.
Yes, You Kill Me With Those Clothes is the one I made up. Last Emperor, that was called Secret Wars Part 1. All right.
I know him. I know how his
This one, remember, speaking of the mic, because you guys are pretty low on here. All right. This next one is Joey Bad A. Well, Bad A and then $2 signs.
Oh, I know him.
All right. Pushing me around like Jessica Jones. I let you do it because you love my moans, but you ain't nothing when I break all your bones.
That's not nice.
Or, well, Jessica Jones is very tough. The only time he be asking is when he's sexing my team like Teenage Mutants and X-Men. Fire spark when I step in, the Human Torch inhaling fumes.
I think it's B.
B?
Yeah, it's absolutely B.
I think it was the explanation of Jessica Jones.
Oh, did I go too far? All right, next one is from Rhapsody. No H. This is just a true or false. Reaching for better, it's whatever. I'm Kevin Bacon. X-Men out. No want no part of it. True or false?
Oh, it's a true or false? I thought that was an A or a B.
No, true or false? Reaching for better, it's whatever. I'm Kevin Bacon. X-Men out.
I say true.
True.
It is true. All right. I didn't have a second one for that one. Okay. This next one is from Ghostface Killer. You've said that name, so I thought you might know who it is. Okay. When they kidnapped your boy and forced me to do evil, I created an iron suit to protect my people. Or, escaped bound to be Iron Man the Great, the billionaire Tony Stark, renew your fate.
I think it's A.
A.
It is A and B. Womp womp.
Trick question.
Trick question. That is from Slept on Tony. All right. Now the final one. True or false? Funk Dubiest. Cyclops, Wolverine, and Nightcrawler went to a bar and they had dollars, rolled an Impala, hitting all switches.
I think it's true.
It is true. Yes, it is. Yeah, that was actually called Superheroes. But I believe your mom is the winner on Rapper Crap today.
Well, you kicked my butt last week, so...
You won the last
2 or 3,
I want to say.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that was Rapper Crap. Thank you, Taylor, for stopping by. Okay. Well, we didn't know. We know you're busy TikToking. Okay. Again, no idea how TikTok
idea how
works.
that works.
I have a TikTok account. No idea how it works. All right,
How
now
many
we're going.
followers do you have on that account?
5. I don't know. I started it and I put like a video on there and I'm like, I don't understand what the deal is.
Taylor, how many followers do you have?
Just hit 26K.
26,000.
Okay. Challenge accepted. I'll be going on TikTok doing live. I have no idea what. I don't even remember my username.
Oh,
You have to what?
You have to have 1,000 followers before you can go live.
Oh,
so.
well, I'm screwed. Well, never mind, people. I'll do Instagram Live because that's free and I can just do it. All right, so let's end the podcast with a couple of things. We like to end it on a positive note, so let's get to the crappy people first. Jerks of the week. We'll call it that. Have you heard of colon salve?
What?
Neither have we.
What?
But they're apparently a popular YouTube couple who played the wrong kind of prank on their 6-year-old daughter and are now facing the internet's wrath, as well they should be. They're self-identifying Christians and boast more than 8 million subscribers. Shame on most of you. Cole and Savannah LeBrant kicked off April Fool's Day by telling their daughter Everleigh that they were giving away the family pet dog, and they posted the whole thing on YouTube.
Oh, I hate those. I hate those.
They're terrible people. Basically,
Oh my
we are
gosh.
giving Carl away to somebody else, Savannah says of the dog. We feel like we can't take good enough care of him at our house. He needs someone to take him outside more often, Savannah adds, before assuring her daughter that both parents feel bad about the decision and don't feel bad about the Google money they got posting it on YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
Everleigh stares sadly at her beloved pet, and then her mother breaks the spell. We're keeping Carl, Savannah says through giggles,
so
assuring her
funny.
daughter that it was all a joke for Google money and depression
Oh my
and
gosh.
psych bills. Upon hearing this, Everleigh bursts into tears. If this offended any of you guys, she's okay, because we got Google money, so
Buy her some
forget
therapy
you.
then.
Savannah
Jeez.
says near the end of the video, she cried for 2 minutes and she's the happiest kid ever now because
Oh,
we bought her
yeah.
something with the Google money from our subscribers.
Garter for life.
Forget you, Cole and Savannah. You're the jerks of the week, according to the Burr Martin Experience podcast.
What I thought is funny is that they were known as colon salve.
Yeah.
Colon salve is what that sounds
Colon
like.
salve.
I think that's a fitting name
You
for
know
him.
what? That's my new YouTube channel. And it's just going to be reactions to their videos. And a lot of them are going to have nudity because I'm going to be mooning them. That video did not go over well with the couple's fan base, many of whom accused the couple of child abuse.
That's like the Daddy-O-5 crap.
It is exactly
that
like the
happened. That
Daddy-O-5.
is so mean.
You are filming your child's emotional distress for money. That's what you're doing.
Oh my gosh.
At Liv Madonna says, I would just like to say from the bottom of my heart, F colon Savannah LeBrant and anyone who continues to support them.
Kidding.
At Lucifer Kersey says, Sav and Cole were already big pieces of crap, but now they're even bigger pieces of crap for pranking their 6-year-old daughter and telling her they gave away her puppy. YouTube families are
6?
toxic.
She was,
She was
6. That's mean to a 10-year-old, but
Yep.
a 6-year-old
That's
even.
mean to a 30-year-old, let's face it.
I'm getting rid of Chica, Chris.
Don't do that. Of all YouTube content, I'm most hesitant about anything that regularly involves kids. Also, maybe just don't traumatize your kid for some effing April Fool's Day views, says at Maylynn's tweets. And let's see, what else? I got a lot of tweets because I really liked everybody that was being mean to them. I don't get angry at much online, but this crosses the line. What kind of sick parent tells their 5 or 6-year-old kid they're giving away their dog as an April Fool's prank, let alone post it online for millions on the internet to see, it says at Megan Polanski. And let's see, 2 more because I really like people in there. I don't know who Cole and Sav are, but F them both. Buy that child a second puppy, says at Tyler Conway. YouTube culture is so gross. These people are famous. Think about what it must be happening under the radar to kids with parents who try to make it. YouTubers
gosh.
Cole and Sav pranked their 6-year-old by pretending to get rid of her puppy. F them, said at Waldo.
Oh my gosh. It's like the people that video that you showed me where they pretended like the girl was invisible. Freaked her out. That was so mean.
So if nobody knows what this is, there was a Facebook video of it was a I would say 5 to 6 adults in a room. There was a couple of kids that were probably 12-ish. One says, "Hey, I'm going to do a magic trick and make this 7, 8-year-old."
I was thinking about 7 or 8.
7 or 8-year-old disappear. I'm going to make her invisible. So they put this child in a chair, and then one of the kids puts a blanket over her, says a magic word, and lifts it up, and the whole family pretends they can't see her. Now, for the first 2 seconds, she's not believing it, but then she starts going over to what I'm going to assume is her mom, and says, "I'm right here." The mom snaps back, "Oh, I hear her voice. Where is she? Where is she?" Freaking this kid out so much that she's invisible now. This was not like if someone told, "Hey, I'm going to make you invisible." If they told me that now, cool, superpower. To a 7-year-old, they're freaked out.
She is hysterically bawling.
And then when they tell her the truth, it snaps her even more because, hey, I've just been betrayed by my whole family.
Yeah, everybody made her the butt of this awful, awful joke. And even if it wasn't meant to be mean, it was not well thought out.
No.
It was so mean.
And you filmed it and you put it on Facebook because you thought it was funny.
See, now they should have, after seeing that, gone, that was a bad idea. That was awful. We did not mean to make her upset. But no, they started circulating the video because it's real funny.
Because it's funny.
Because they still don't get it.
No, because there are people who enjoy that, and those are sick freaks. Because I remember when Daddy-O5 did a couple of videos, and they were traumatizing their children. You know, screw you.
Oh, yeah, they have
the word is
tons of followers.
traumatized.
Yeah.
You know, allegedly traumatized the crap out of them so much that most of them got taken away. And there were people in the comment section going, well, screw people, they can't take a joke. This is just a joke. I'm sure you guys are overreacting. The kids are fine. They went to Disneyland. Yeah, on Google money. Because they were doing this to their kids, and freaks would subscribe, and that's where they get their money.
And all the people thinking that was totally fine are people without kids.
Right.
Or bad parents.
One or
the other.
You made your kid fun. Yeah, but I knew Cassie would do well with it. I knew Cassie would do well with the teasing.
That's the thing.
I know Taylor would not. At that age, she would not take that.
This age now, she probably would be fine with it.
Probably fine, but at the time, like, you know.
Oh, yeah, when she was like,
no.
What was she, 11,
I know
12?
I know my kids, and I'm not going to rape Google money to be toxic. It's a terrible, terrible thing. Google needs to start taking these down a lot faster.
Yeah.
So anyway, yes,
and maybe stop paying them if it's something that is
you've
cruel,
involved your children.
Yeah. Then you don't get paid. So people then, if they want to get paid, they can't be douchebags.
You know, yeah. I don't I get free speech and blah blah blah, but you know, Nazis say they want free speech, and you should always punch a Nazi. So, did I just compare Colin Saab to Nazis? Maybe. All right, so let's end this on a positive note. Heroes of the Week. There are actually several heroes in this story.
Very cool.
A group of nurses in Illinois bonded a family.
Did you say
father.
Illinois?
I also say
S is silent.
Penned oral.
You also say.
Here we go.
What is it? What is it?
What?
Venezuela.
Venezuela.
It says Venezuela. There's no it is not Australia. It's Venezuela. L-A, not
Venezuela.
L-I-A. No, Venezuela.
It's L-I-A,
No,
right?
it's L-A.
It's L-A?
Venezuela.
Well, now you're going to say that I say Australia wrong.
No. That's right.
That's where Schwarzenegger comes from, right?
Das Austria.
I may not know maps. Maps and such are hard.
Maps and map. Anything starting with an M and 4 letters. You're just no grasp.
Moby. I don't understand Moby at all. I don't understand the attraction of Moby. Okay, a group of nurses in Illinois. Is that right?
What would you do without me? I'm like your live editor.
I had another phrase in mind.
No, I'm not.
A group of nurses in Illinois bonded a father out of jail after rushing his choking daughter to the hospital, landed him behind bars. Darius Hinkle told Fox 2 his heart dropped when he noticed his 1-year-old was choking on a penny. The first thing in my mind was, get her to the hospital, Hinkle said. That's my daughter. I'm not letting anything happen to her. Hinkle admits there were lights and sirens behind him for miles as he sped 100 miles an hour to the hospital.
Oh, boy.
I don't think we have a car that goes 100 miles an hour. Finally, he arrived at the hospital with his daughter and the girl's mother. They told us to get out and put our hands up. And I got out, I put my hands up, and I yelled and I told police my baby's choking. I told them multiple times that she was choking. They were just worried about the fact that we were speeding. Hinkle was arrested and taken to jail. In addition to the speeding, he also does not have a valid driver's license. Pittman said that he arrived at the jail when a woman she did not recognize said that she was there to bond Hinkle out. Somebody was up there and I said, I am here to bond out Darius Hinkle. And I was looking like, I don't know who it is. And when I looked out the door to see who it was that she spoke, she said, I'm the nurse from Touchet Hospital. The hospital confirmed a group of nurses chipped in to pay the father's bond. The couple said that they are so grateful. I just mean I can't thank them enough, Hinkle said.
That's cool.
I get it. The cops' adrenaline is up. You know,
Yeah.
I'm going to guess maybe 2 cars at least.
Yeah.
But here's the deal is he's at the he's rushing to the hospital. He's not rushing to a bank.
He's got a choking child with him.
Yeah.
I mean,
which they're not going to see. I mean, and I'm not going to make any friends in the police world, but I did take law enforcement, and I know plenty of police, and I know adrenaline starts pumping.
Oh, yeah.
That I'm going to guarantee nobody even saw that child. They saw.
We finally got him. He's out of the car. Now take him down.
I'm very surprised he wasn't tased.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm sure all they saw was this guy speeding. I get it, 100 miles an hour. That yes, you could have hurt someone, and they're trying to stop you.
Right.
You didn't stop when the sirens and lights were on. I get that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's got to. I wish there were some way that a cop could just take like an EpiPen and maybe stab it in his leg to just chill out just for a second. just for like 3 seconds. Maybe this isn't what I think it is. Because I've been pulled over, the adrenaline's high, and I'm like, dude, it was a blinker. Let's just take your hand off the gun. I know it's 2 a.m, but it was a blinker, and I haven't drank in 20 years. So let's just calm down. I'm glad the nurses did that, but it's sad that the police didn't also see, oh, well, your kid was choking. We understand. Here's a ticket for 100 miles an hour or something like that.
Right.
He's obviously on a flight risk
Yeah.
because he went to a hospital. So
He's got a child. I mean, follow the guy in. Make sure that that's a real emergency, not that he was speeding, freaked out, and went, okay, I'm going to make up a story and go straight to the hospital, and that's how I'm going to get out of it.
Yeah.
Somebody might have done that. I mean, that is something
Yeah.
a criminal would do.
But there's a baby there.
But yeah, you follow him and you make sure that's an actual emergency, and then...
Because if he had stopped, and if let's say he just stopped and wanted to tell the police, my baby's choking, because a lot of them know CPR.
Right.
Would they have gotten to the child in time, or would they have been too busy pulling him out of the car, throwing him down, handcuffing him, not seeing the child? It would have been too late.
It could be that those few minutes would have been
right. It would have been
much.
too late to explain, hey, my child is choking. I'd rather go to the hospital and then explain.
But now you have a high-speed chase, though. They've alerted everybody that they are chasing this guy. So they are, at that point, they're kind of committed to follow policy.
True. I'm not saying they weren't wrong for arresting him, but I don't know.
It's like
throwing
handle
him
it a little bit more calmly.
Right, and throwing him in jail where he's got to get bonded. There should have been some kind of thing where go, okay, yeah, we understand. This was a terrible thing. Let's look at his past. I don't know the guy. Maybe he's got a rap sheet. Maybe he doesn't.
Right.
He didn't have a driver's license. My thought is it got taken away, something like that. So maybe he's got a rap sheet. Maybe that's why they threw him in and he had to be bonded. But you could be released on your own recognizance to go, hey, I just want to see if my baby's okay.
Yeah.
That would be a good thing.
That would be nice.
I don't know. Just a thought.
Maybe they have to follow through so that it doesn't set a precedent for someone else doing that. Well, this guy got to go, but
you know what?
Someone else...
Then you're a moron. I'm gonna quick shove a penny down my baby's throat if the cops are coming, and then just say that she's choking.
Just drive to the hospital and pretend you've got an emergency.
Yeah,
you don't have to feed your baby a penny to do that.
This is not a new thing. This has been shown on every sitcom ever.
True.
It was just on Modern Family like a few episodes ago. It's like, yeah, just pretend you're pregnant. We'll spill the bottle of water and we'll say that your water broke. Faking out the cops with a fake hospital run is not new. That's been done since the 70s. So that's going to be it for the podcast. I do want to remind people, yes, I am on Cameo for $1.
You're so cheap.
I'm $1 cheap data advice. I give shout outs, whatever. It's been fun. You can see some of them that people have a choice to either let me post them in public or they private. Like there was a couple of them that was, I just want you to tell my friend, blah, blah, blah. And she kept it private. So that's not up. But it's been fun, but I have to remind people that I'm not as mean as I appear to be. I'm mean and sarcastic because it makes me laugh. I've had a few like that. I just recently had one where the guy said, "Hey, my friend, tell my friend he's an alcoholic and stop drinking." I can't find funny in that. That's very tough to do.
That's a personal thing. That needs to be handled without a comedian.
And
if we could maybe do that.
And I don't know. Maybe it's funny. Maybe he doesn't drink at all. Tell my Mormon friend he's an alcoholic or something. I don't get that. I don't get all the details. I just get this, and I'm not just gonna blurt out whatever.
You're not gonna go in blind.
No,
basically.
no. The monkey's not gonna dance because you threw a quarter in the hat. Is what I'm saying. And I need a lot more details than that. And also, I haven't drank in decades. Decades. So I'm not as cool as a lot. I know in England.
You said 20 years. It's actually 30 years.
I know. Well, I know a lot of people in England were like, "Hey, you ever come over here and I'll buy you a pint or something like that," which is very cool. It's the coolest thing anybody's ever said to me. But I don't drink, so I can't. I'd stare at the pint. I'd sit with you and have a pint at a pub because all those words are cool to me. But
I don't get invited for pints, but I've had friends say, "Oh, we're gonna sit down," and people that don't know me that well, "Oh, we need to sit down and have a glass of wine together." I'll be like, "Okay, I'll have some Dr. Pepper, or I'll have a Coke, and I'll be the designated driver. I'm totally fine with that."
There was a comedian that said something like, he was having a party and the worst thing ever is like when you don't drink, because then you're like, "What's in the fridge?" There might be a jar of pickle juice. I'm having a party. I didn't really plan on anybody not drinking. There might be some water in the faucet. So.
Well, it's nice though. You go to bars with friends, and if you're the designated driver, you get all free pops all night. So.
No, I went to a goodbye party Thursday, and my Coke cost me $2.75.
Wasn't that a bowling alley though? That's a little different.
It was still a bar inside.
Yeah.
And they were serving people until they got tripsy, because trust me, I was watching them do it. It wasn't like a 3-drink minimum.
But still, people go to a bowling alley. They can drink and bowl, or they can drink or bowl. But you go to a bar, everybody drinks except for the designated drivers. So it's
yeah. I get all right.
It's an appreciation thing. Not everybody goes to a bowling alley and drinks.
I've been to a couple places, where the pop was free.
Yeah.
They could do that more. Talking to you, Spokane Comedy Club. I know, it's a 2-drink minimum. You got to make money. All right, before we go, I do want to say I'm already going to lose some audience listeners.
Oh, no.
Because
no.
But I'm going to cue something up for you.
You're going to lose roughly 30%?
I'm going to lose some. But you know what? I let's just throw this out there. I am not Democrat. I am not Republican. I vote for the person that can do the best job, be it he, she. I don't care, as long as they can do the best job. I am as independent, I am liberal on some things, and I'm conservative on some things. That said, have you heard Trump try and say the word origin?
Oh, no.
No collusion, no obstruction. I hope they now go and take a look at the oranges of the investigation, the beginnings of that investigation. The Mueller report, I wish, covered the oranges, how it started.
Now, okay, that is a Freudian slip because everybody calls him Orange.
I like how he tried to say the beginning, but then he's like in his head, he's like, "No, you can do this, you got this." Oranges, dang it.
You're gonna get it the second time.
So.
Aren't you glad he's president?
Dang it. That works. All right, for my allies overseas, aren't you glad he's president?
It's all going to be okay. Trust me, I'm a doctor. But it's up to us to make it okay. It's time to be positively rebellious and rebelliously positive. As long as we stand up for what we believe in, don't give in to anger or violence. Look out for the little guy. Keep an eye on the big guys. Refuse to keep our mouths shut. And just generally try not to be dicks. Every little thing is gonna be all right.
The Burr Martin Experience is a Pants Pending Studio production.
And part of Pants Pending Studios Entertainment Network.
Find all of our great shows at pantspending.com.
Get in touch with us by emailing us from pantspending.com.
If you like what you've heard, please subscribe to the show, throw the show a rating on iTunes, and don't forget to tell all your friends.
If you want to help support the network, you can at patreon.com/pantspending.
Thanks for making us a part of your listening day.
Okay, all together on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Pants Pending.
Close enough.